Tadio here, he caught another uppercut. Joe Hamilton stopped the fight. Tank Abbott can wrestle. He has a wrestling background. He's capable of defending against takedowns. And that is what Hugo Duarte is immediately out to do, and he gets him. He ripped that leg right out, and he's going for a naked choke here, rear naked. Abbott doing a nice job of getting out of it. Now the armbar.
Tank again. Small incremental moves to avoid trouble. The big strike. Tank from behind. On the back. Delivering that big jackhammer of a right hand. Tank delivering blows. Continuously. Tank Abbott delivering big shots to Hugo Duarte. And McCarthy has stopped the fight. Tank is the winner. Tank has said in the past he's got 600-pound jackhammers.
Well, that left hook got Duarte's attention, and as soon as he put his head down, Tank just started pounding on the side of his head. And then one of these punches right there brought Duarte back down. And once he went down, Abbott poured it on and finished him. John McCarthy, again, always aware of safety, and he immediately jumps in when he felt Duarte no longer could defend himself from the strikes of the big Tank Abbott.
Tank has said about himself, no wonder, that nobody has the physical tools I do. Tank can inflict pain faster than anyone in the UFC. He did it tonight to Hugo Duarte.
Mark Kerr, pretty devastating knee against Greg Stott.
Yeah, that's you see a wrestler learning a little bit of kickboxing and learning to throw that knee, you know, and shows how devastating knees can be. One strike can end a fight.
Is the key to the knee not just the knee coming up, but pulling your opponent's head down as well?
Well, that helps a lot, yes.
Yeah, it just magnifies the force of the hit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it also allows you to get in a good position to kick, to hit the head.
Yep, and he did, and he finished the fight quickly. All right, let's go back to that same night. Randy Couture came in, highly touted wrestler. But keep in mind he was a Greco-Roman champion against Vitor Belfort, who wanted to be a professional boxer. Vitor, a phenomenal striker, jiu-jitsu man from Brazil, but still great hands. And Randy was able to use the dirty boxing technique to kind of change the whole complexion of this fight.
Yeah, he was able to get in and close the distance and keep the fight inside and put a lot of weight and kind of fatigue Vitor, which I think this knockout was as much of a fatigue knockout as it was a knockout.
Matt Lindland has also been able to use the dirty boxing. Again, Matt Lindland, Randy Couture fighters together with that dirty boxing. How tough is it to counter that move?
Well, with great fighters like that, great Greco guys like that makes it a lot harder, you know, especially if you don't want to go to the ground. You know, a fighter needs to keep his distance, you know, keep him off you with some strikes and hurt him early to keep him a little bit worried about coming in, not coming in so hard.
Yeah, and as Bruce Beck said, it was one of the most stunning upsets in UFC history. Couture would go on to continue to be a great champion. UFC 16, we saw Mikey Burnett out of the Lion's Den against Eugenio Tadio. Of all the guys who came out of the Lion's Den, Mikey was as good a striker as any of them.
Yeah, he was fun. He was another guy fun to watch. Hard to take down too. Yeah. He was good. Had great takedown defense. You know, went 3 rounds of Townsend Saunders, silver medalist in the Olympics, and no takedowns for Townsend.
You know, the thing we saw with Mikey Burnett were a big variety of punches. He used uppercuts, he used hooks, he used crosses. He was pretty complex in his skills, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just kept bringing it, you know, and he put a lot of pressure on Tadio, and Tadio was running out of gas and taking a lot of shots. It was a good stop.
Chuck, is the key as a striker to mix things up like he was able to do?
Yeah, it makes it a lot better. You putting punches together and coming from different angles really helps you land good shots.
Well, the one thing we know about landing shots when it comes to Tank Abbott, he doesn't care if he lands them from the feet or from the mat, because Hugo Duarte took him down earlier, but Tank just came through.
Yeah, he went for that armbar, he missed it, and Tank got behind him and just started throwing those big bombs.
Is it really 600 pounds of force?
I'm not sure, but there looked like there was a lot of force coming from it.
Well, I don't personally want to find out. I don't want you to find out either, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's go to UFC 18 now. Boss Rutten, you want to talk about a world-class striker. How about he and TK, Tsuyoshi Kosaka, from UFC 18. And then Vanderlei Silva and Tony Patera from UFC 20. We're moving closer to the modern day knockouts. And then how about a toe-to-toe battle between Pedro Rizzo and TK again, Tsuyoshi Kosaka, UFC 23, as we are continuing on our Ultimate Knockouts 2 presentation.
High kick, left leg.
Right hand.
Again, aggressiveness. Leg up.
He likes to go for the guillotine here.
Rutan with the knee. TK backs up. A cut underneath the left eye of Tsuyoshi Kusaka. And another knee. Rutan's taken over. Rutan's taken over. It's over. Rutan has won his UFC debut.
Kusaka wipes his eye after that attempted takedown, and that knee started it. Punches. Once he went down, again a knee, and that's when John McCarthy moved in.
They've got to keep busy on the fencing, or Mario Yamasaki will separate him. There's a knee and another.
He's done.
And another.
He's done. That's going to do it.
And the fight is over. Vanderlei Silva with the knockout.
The knees, because he didn't have the space to really use his hands, that he would find the opening, bring that knee up hard, and it was there that he really nailed him, knocked him to the ground, and of course Mario Yamasaki, the referee, doing a great job of intervening and stopping the fight. Another look here. Again, those knees are coming up, and Silva is relentless with him, and once he got him down there, he had tremendous leverage to pull the knee up, and tremendous technique by Vanderlei Silva, big confidence boost. Izzo's punches look crisp.
I mean, how about the depth of the middleweight and the heavyweight divisions in Ultimate Fighting? I mean, the 4 fighters featured tonight here in Tokyo, Japan, all simply outstanding. All, as we said in the pre-show, working with former UFC champion. The left connects with TK. He's right back to his feet.
Well, that stunned him. There's no doubt. It didn't knock him out, but it definitely stunned him. And
Big right.
And that one definitely did it. Wow.
It is over.
Let's look at it again. The right hand over the top, left hook flush. And look at the patience of Izzo. He didn't just pounce on him. Kusaka back up, but certainly Izzo got his attention, and as he shoots here, stop, and here it comes.
You know, as I look back at UFC 18, Bas Rutten against Tsuyoshi Kusaka, I remember Kusaka was the very dominant fighter early on, but once Bas was able to push the pace, we saw a big difference. And TK really controlled Bas for a long time, but I think as we hit that extra session, Bas went into full gear.
Yeah, Bas is a devastating striker. He's got good kicks, good knees, good elbows, good punches. He's a devastating fighter. So, yeah, anytime you're on your feet with him, it's dangerous.
You know, Chuck, it's interesting. Just in our show, we've seen how the strikers have evolved. Multiple weapons, even for Mikey Burnett, but Mikey's legs and kicks weren't as devastating, obviously, as a Bas Rutten's.
Yeah, well, Bas was originally a striker, and he became a very good submission guy, right, too. So, you know, he started to evolve, learning both of those, yeah, he's a tough guy.
And legendary at that. Vanderlei Silva, we know how talented this young kid is. UFC 20, he really took it to Tony Patera. And again, the force of the knee, boom.
Yeah, the shoot box guys, they're known for getting that head tie and kneeing guys and doing a good job of it. And yeah, he showed what they do.
In that regard, Chuck, it looks easy, and obviously we know it's not, but once you have the head, you go with the knees. Is it that easy to get in that position of dominance?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not that easy to you know, you have to be very good at it, and they work on it a lot, you know, and guys know how to counter it, and work on doing that stuff. So yeah, it's not easy.
Hey, Pedro Rizzo, he made it look a little bit easy against TK, and he was really throwing that night, but we have said it before. Pedro sometimes does not engage, and when he does engage, he's as devastating as anyone.
Yeah, Pedro is definitely a dangerous striker, and you know, sometimes it just seems like he's a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger, you know, and I think sometimes that does cost him a fight or two.
I hear the term counter fighter all the time. Describe that to our fans.
Counter fighter is someone who's waiting for someone to come after them and counter whatever they do. And I think he is somewhat of a counter fighter, but you know, I think he would do better to put a little more pressure on.
You don't consider yourself a counter fighter. You like coming in and putting pressure, don't you?
I like putting pressure. I counter fight a lot. I've been accused of counter fighting a little bit sometimes, but you know, I do like to pressure people, and I've been working on that a lot. You know, I think some of the fights I laid back a little bit too much, and I didn't get the knockout I wanted. So to get that knockout, I've been trying to put pressure on people.
Well, certainly, and when Pedro puts pressure on his opponents, the counter-fighting is no longer. The ending is very soon. Yuki Kondo and Dantas from UFC 27. Let's work our way ahead for those highlights. And then how about Fabiano Iha taking on Takasi at UFC 29. Big Semi Schilt, all 6'11" of him, against Lions Den fighter Pete Williams. And then the young prodigy from UFC 32. This one was a great one. BJ Penn against Dean Thomas.
Yeah, he wants the knockout. He wants the knockout.
Dante's looking at time. He just asked his corner what time it was.
He's looking again.
He's ready to get out of this one.
Backing off. Kondo trying to go high.
Nice kick.
Oh,
he's getting fancy now. Oh, big knee. Huge knee.
The knee was big.
Oh, big right hand.
And the fight is over. The fight is over. Yuki Kondo wins.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's okay. I know. After that big knee and the big right hand, he was dying. He was pretty much over.
Well, Takasi right now is trying to keep his head as far away from Iha as possible to make himself difficult to hit. But I would work away from the fence. You never want your head pinned up against the fence. You become stationary. Once you're stationary, it's a lot easier to get struck.
Former UFC fighter Valis Ismail in the background, good friend of Fabiano Iha's. Iha formerly in the entourage of the great Royce Gracie in the early UFCs. Now it seems like it's his fight. He works the knees a little bit. The guard is still applied, but Iha's just looking for an opportunity to start teeing off, and he is throwing a barrage of right, and Lefson McCarthy steps in, and this one is over. Wow!
It happened fast, Mike. Right there, when he reaches down to grab the ankle, that was the punch right there that did it. You could see Takasi immediately turn away, and when that happens, that is not defending yourself in an intelligent fashion.
He's and a left just missed. Pete Williams just stuck underneath that big left.
Well, that one arm was choking Pete Williams too.
Oh, nice leg kick. This thing is so long. Schilt closing in. Nice butt kick. Down. He goes down hard. And Schilt got it to the stomach. He should make him stand up. Pete Williams. He should make him stand up.
And he's going to do it.
Oh, that's a bad spot to be in. Pete caught his breath down on the bottom. Knocked the wind out of him that time, though. Yeah, there's another one. And Williams tries to shoot again. Oh, big with the knee.
Williams in trouble here. He's been rattled.
Nice.
Now he's absorbing punishment. Watch the knee.
High kick. One kick and another. And a left jab that connects. Williams trying to get down to the mat.
He almost unloaded on him.
He almost did. Pete Williams back on his feet. Schilt in control here. First minute, a left that connects. And a front kick. Down goes Williams. And this is over. It's all over. Semi Schilt is victorious. How good was that?
Looking at it here, he's setting him up with the jab, and then there comes right in, and you can see it glanced off the midsection, but it hurt Williams.
Right in the solar plex. You watch that land, boom, right in the solar plex.
And he goes down hard, but he was able to recuperate there, and Schilt took your advice and let him up, and it was the right advice. Williams didn't seem to fully recover, and accurate kicks and punches puts Williams away.
There's the end. Hit him with that left, again to the body, again with the left, just soft.
All of them very accurate. And that's the best kind of thing. We always hear the team that's having the most fun be the team that wins. Well, it's the same with individual sports too.
Check out this leg. He's
Trying to work the leg.
talking about amazing right here.
Look at that.
With his own leg, look at the leverage that he's creating, and he's going to start to work with the strike. That is flexibility. They were talking about that earlier, weren't they?
Absolutely. The flexibility
Now here
of
comes
BJ
those long
Penn
arms,
eats
though.
the
Look at
long
those
arm
long arms.
twice. The left hand of Dean Thomas. On the way up, he tried to get in with the right. He did not. And now they are on their feet. Good start here.
Very good start. Very good start. King's got to work that jab.
Oh, just missed. And he's down.
It's over.
And BJ Penn has finished. Dean Thomas. BJ Penn.
Goodness. Talk about a shot. His opportunity opened and bam, he let it go.
Let's take another look at the finish here. And here comes the knee, bang, and that's flush. And right here, Dean doesn't know where he is, and he follows up with 2-3 punches before John McCarthy says, that's it. No more.
Oh my goodness, that's one thing about having those long arms. When you miss, you miss. So he came in too aggressive. Look, he loaded it. BJ's got too much skill, waited, and then just couldn't gather himself, and the knee was waiting right there for him. Take it home.
Speed is a dangerous skill, and it's something hard to train. It's a God-given commodity, and BJ Penn has it.
Youth, speed, power, flexibility. Oh my.
Power displayed appropriately off the knee of BJ Penn.
Now, at the top of the show, Iceman, you said the thing you like about the knockout, it can change the complexion of a fight immediately. Kondo was really down to Dantas in points in that fight from UFC 27.
Yeah, in that last round, Dantas started to get a little tired, and Kondo was still coming and throwing, and he caught him and ended the fight.
And that's the thing. When you have somebody who has striking ability, doesn't matter about points anymore. You push the pace, you end up pulling off an improbable win, if you will. Takasi and Fabiano Iha, and Fabiano showed great skills.
Yeah, he showed good striking from the ground. You know, he was on top, standing up in the guy's guard, just started throwing some bombs away and put him out again.
And a guy in Fabiano Iha, mostly known for his ground skills. All right, what's the tallest competitor you ever fought against?
I don't know, about 6'4".
6'4". All right, how about going against Semi Schilt at 6'11"? That's crazy.
Well, I train with Gan McGee at 6'10",
good point.
all the time. I spar with him all the time, get him ready for fights. So I'm kind of used to it, and I know the problems it causes. It throws you off. Even when I go back to sparring with him, I haven't sparred with him for a while. You know, I come back and you know, he catches me a couple things. I think I'm way out of range for him. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got to adjust my range for him again.
Petey Williams is a very confident fighter out of the Lions Den, but you could see in his eyes almost immediately he never appeared to be comfortable with that size differential.
Yeah, I don't think he got adjusted to being that longer reach difference, and like I said, that body shot.
Yeah.
You know, he got caught with a body shot, and that's hard to come back from. You know, anything after you get hurt like that to the body, anything that hits the body hurts.
And Chuck, a common misconception in this sport is little guys can't knock guys out. Little guys can pack some power too. BJ Penn has plenty of power.
Oh yeah, well, you know, that speed and explosion is what causes those knockouts.
When you teach a student how to strike, you teach them how to snap, you teach them how to use the whole body going into the limb that you're actually hitting with, don't you?
Yeah, you're not just throwing it with the arms, it's your whole body, it's your hips, and it's developing that snap. That's the hardest thing to get a guy to develop to get that knockout power. BJ
has the snap, and he snapped with the knee. The knees, we've seen that. That's a commonplace. The knees are so dangerous. We've said it over and over.
Yeah, he came in, he threw a punch, set it up, grabbed his head, got that knee. He went down, and then he really came in right away for the finish. You know, got on top and started throwing, so they had to stop the fight.
All right, still ahead on our show, UFC 35, the Russian Andrei Semenov against Ricardo Almeida. And how about this one? I remember Murilo Bustamante coming in at UFC 35 against Dave the Warrior Manneh. We thought Manneh had the favoring skills for strikes. Is that true? Pedro Hizzo and Andrei Orlovsky tangled at UFC 36. Also from UFC 37, Rico Suave Rodriguez against the man known as TK, Tsuyoshi Kosaka. And how about the New York badass, Phil Baroni against Amar Suloev, this also from UFC 37.
Maybe a look of comfort in the eyes of Andrei Semenov. Almeida trying to stay busy. Oh, big combination, right and left. And he ate one on the way, though. Semenov trying to clamp down with the forearm.
He's got to be careful. Don't extend those arms against Almeida. Going for the armbar. Look out.
Uh-oh. Exactly what you talked about, Jeff. Got a little bit haphazard.